Beating any Souls game without rolling is like drinking diet water. It is possible, but why? Well, I genuinely am crazy, but I also love risky runs like no hit and no damage in Souls games. I thought the idea of combining a no death run with the additional rule of not pressing the roll button a single time, resulting in a dodge at any point, could be a lot of fun. Dark Souls 2 is such a well-paced game for this exact combination, but it took many attempts, and by the end, I was sweating bullets. This run was supposed to be cut up into a boiled down version, but with how hard it was and how hard I worked on it, why not just showcase every single moment? I did live commentary while playing at the same time, so enjoy my ADHD strings of thought as I figure out how to not roll and not die. And by the way, if you aren't subscribed like most viewers watching my videos, do it now, and I'll do another one of these exact challenges very soon on an even harder game. Alright, so I am officially on attempt number 7 of this challenge, which is no roll, no death, DS2 Scholar. What a wild ride, man. I'm just going to jump right into another one. Of course, if you're watching the full length of this, you probably didn't see any attempts at all, but I'll try to showcase the deaths that I actually had in the final cut that will make it on the main channel. If you have any questions beyond what the rules are, or just any kind of stuff that is important, just mention it. And yeah, this one's fun. I don't have any controls changed. I am using just a regular PS5 controller for this. I know the display input mapper shows 360 or Xbox One, I guess. That's what I would usually use, but I got a really fancy PS5 controller given to me, so I'm enjoying it. And yeah, so basically, I'm not going to dodge a single attack, and I am going to not die. This will be signified by getting the illusory ring that allows you to not basically see your weapon. It's called the Illusory Ring of the Conqueror for the Deathless. No death, no roll. I'll try that in the reverse order. I usually put no roll, no death for the name. And we picked a lot of male characters. I'm going to pick the female character again for the second time ever out of 7 attempts. We'll make it an even ratio if we can. We're going to go with the Swordsman class because it has upgraded weapons by default. It's pretty good for the beginning. And also, as you might remember, it doesn't really matter if you have a class that starts with high adaptability, because iframes aren't as important. Okay, I want to change this face a little bit more. Let's see what we can do here. Which one's going to take us in a good direction? I think this one. Oh yes, this is very similar to the last one. I like it. She's just not impressed. She's very shocked. Oh, even more shocked. Ah, that's a very creative face there. That's a bowl. You could eat snacks out of that. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go with that, and I want to put some music on too, so I'm just going to open my Spotify quick while we're listening to the old lady here. Break the curse. La 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 la. That's a little loud, actually. I know you guys can't hear my own playlist I'm using for this, but enjoy the tunes that are overlaid in the final cut here. So right away, we're getting the torch behind this little carriage, I guess you'd call it. Switch the armor off just to be a little bit quicker, and then I am going to use the short sword instead of the scimitar for a little bit. The idea on this run, ideally, I would love to not actually push the sprint button by tapping it, creating a dodge roll, even if there's no danger. So if I was in Majula and there's no enemies, obviously you can't really get hurt in Majula unless you entice an NPC or one of the pigs, for example, that are in the corner or whatever the case is. But like, let's say it's completely safe and there's nothing going on, or I drop the controller on the floor, or I even pick it back up after putting it down and I accidentally tap the button. I don't want that to happen either if I can avoid it, though that doesn't actually count as a reset in total. Eventually, after attempting this as many times as I have, I think I'll accept a run that has that. But I've had some really, really good ones. The first attempt made it to the end. I've had some other ones that made it very far as well. And I think I have a lot of this figured out. We're going to do Estus Flask from Emerald Herald right away. Grab some items in Majula, and then we're on our way to Dragon Rider. Hello, Lenegrast. I'll see you later. This character's almost just like the color of the Wii trainer from Smash Bros. Wonder if we could just summon the Forbidden Sun. That's like one of the special moves, right? You could just like launch a sun at somebody. If I get Forbidden Sun as a special without having to actually unlock it, that could be really good. Forbidden Sun actually is low-key a good pyromancy in this, not just for like the fact it does good damage, but it's really cool though. And this would be the least favored game for me for pyromancies in general. I don't like it for pyromancy that much. Don't like magic use in this game as much as melee, just because of the feel of the combat and it being slower. But yeah, Forbidden Sun's pretty sick. So we got our Estus Shard from the well. Malin I'm going to kill. And I'm going to grab his chest over here too for the Titanite. Oh, I missed an attack there. That's okay though. Almost. He traded with me. Well, we failed damageless within the first little bit there. That's okay though. Doesn't matter. Farthest I made it damageless in this, and it was kind of on purpose that I ended it, was Shaded Woods. Decided to go for the second Dragon Ring early. And I just traded with one of the ghosts, similar to Malin right there. But I think I could actually make it through quite a bit of the game damageless like this, until the point in which it's kind of smart to just purposely take the hit so you don't have a panic moment or anything weird happening. Be really hard to do the whole thing like that, but there's a good portion that you totally can. I'm gonna grab the Crimson Parma right here. It's got decent parry frames. I'll use it for a little bit of action in the beginning. This run's not based on using blocking to block a lot of the attacks or anything, even though you could go with a setup eventually that would have like a great shield and all that. That's not gonna be the play. It will be just by movement and mainly just trying to space things and bait attacks. As you will see, there is some really cool moments as well that you can pull off, but that's only once you get to the fancier stuff. So in hides, old knights are pretty simple. Just pivot, run, watch out for the hammer ones, pivot a little bit harder on the hammer ones. Left to right, easy. They do that quick attack, it's probably the easiest scenario. If they do the delayed one where they have the two-hand overhead, watch out for that one, just go a little bit tighter on it. I'm going to two-hand my offhand to get in the fog gate faster as well. You have no idea how many times I've mentioned that in the process of recording the commentary for this, because I'm trying to do the long form at the same time. I thought it was a good idea. Be a little bit more entertaining. 3, 4, 5, 6.5, and run. See ya. Switch on the armor. So it's about 6.5 to the 7th step, you could say, at the very latest, that you want to start sprinting towards Dragon Rider across that gap. And again, if you know that, obviously you know you know. You know, you know, you know, you know. And then I'm going to punch Lyssia in the head repeatedly. Sounds pretty bad, but she actually is really scary. She's probably infinitely stronger than us at this point, and even later in the game, she's a force to be reckoned with to a degree. So I don't even want to come back here and have to fight her if we fail this. I forget what the attack is, but the one that emits, I think it's emit spark or emit, no, not emit force, emit spark. What is it supposed to be? It's a miracle that just completely, I think it's blinding bolt or something bolts. I don't know, it's like a ball that just shoots a bunch of bolts at you constantly in all directions. That one, even in PvP, is kind of annoying. Yeah, forgive me for my illiteracy on miracles. Right away, we're going to go to Shalquire. We're going to get some skulls. And that's all we need for the beginning here. I am tempted to do Bastille without the rapier and just be really fast, because we could do it. And the only problem is once we get to Macduff, we still have to go buy the rapier because I can't get it from him. So it's like we'd want to purchase it anyways. And therefore, if we don't right away when we would normally get it, there's almost no difference of not getting it upgraded. It's the same thing. Just makes me run through it. I think that the difference is mainly for damageless. Like if you're going to go no damage, you get through Bastille sooner so that if you're resetting repeatedly, at least you cleared one more section that has enemies that can reset the game, whereas upgrades don't matter with the timing because there's no danger in that at all. So it's only just smarter for reset runs that are a little bit more hardcore. There's nothing we can do here. We don't have Sublime Bone Dust. I'm thinking of like increasing the flask. One thing I got to remember too, I got to get Steel Protection from this guy a little bit earlier. And we're going to try to get early second Dragon Ring. So that's Estus Flask right there, upgraded with the Shard from the Well. 60 in Vigor is what I'm aiming for here, so we still have some souls for Melentia. And let's go. I've noticed the difference of getting Covetous Silver Serpent Ring super early for Last Giant so marginal that it doesn't matter if I get it or not. I'm actually just going to opt for a lot of Fire Bombs in the beginning, and we'll use those on Man Scorpion Tark later. So I don't have to worry about getting the bow upgraded for just basically making use of regular iron arrows, being that elemental ones aren't easy to come by at that point of the game. You have to get a little bit further. And I'm not going to waste the fire ones either. I'm just going to use a little bit of them as backup if I need to, but nothing crazy. All right, Skull's on. I will say, doing this run has made me really want to go back to permadeath, no scaling on randomizer. It's kind of like a fleeting challenge in the sense, I know you guys really enjoy it and stuff like that, and it is cool. It's one of the most fun things I've ever witnessed people do myself for watching things. And I don't watch a lot of gaming content, to be honest. That's not my thing. But obviously I like playing the game, so it did entice me a lot with watching stuff. It's just that I know it's going to take forever. And there's other ones I want to do similar to. I want to do DS1 no scaling permadeath randomizer with everything. And then I want to do a straight up fog item and enemy no scaling, not deathless, and then maybe get to the point where we could do fog gate as well deathless on top of that. So yeah, if you guys want to see some more randomizers, let me know which ones would be the most interesting. And expect possibly 20+ hour VODs on this channel if I'm doing stuff that's weird. I saw someone comment saying there was one that they thought was 25 minutes, but it was 25 hours. And I was like, yep. That's called compression, my friend. Bypass that upper limit of upload size. All right, we're going to go with 22 Firebomb seems fine. No life gems at all. No bright bug. Don't even need to talk to her. We can just keep going. If you go really, really slow off that ledge, you take way less fall damage. But if I took a step very quickly, even from a standstill, and I just held forward, it would actually be a significant portion of damage more I would take. It'd be really funny to see the difference. Not going to show you that, but just trust me, when you go off ledges like that and you want to take minimal damage, just tiptoe off the edge. That's a weird thing that only really applies to this game. I don't think that's even a thing in any other one at all. Because fall damage is just broken in this. I've kept taking the ladder on all the other attempts, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't really need to do that. We could just take like a very small tick and do it way quicker. I'm going to leave that door closed to Melentia for now. And then we'll try to open it on the way back up. I don't think any enemies will be chasing because we used the skulls right there. And if they are, get the weapon out and deal with them. Speaking of which, short sword's on, and then I'm just going to put on Seldora set as we're fighting. Right here. And we're gonna slam jam S-Stock Man into the door. Drop something. Oh, he's too afraid to try. He doesn't want to drop anything. That sucks. Wonder if S-Stock early is even good. Can't say I've used it early on. PvP-wise, I like the R2. The sweeping R2 is a good roll catcher. And it's a good weapon to dual wield with, in my opinion, but not meta really. Like, the damage is not great on it. It reminds me of the Partisan in the sense that, again, that sweeping attack, even for like really high level people, they'll think you're gonna do something that's not even close to the speed of it, and then you can actually just like mix them up really hardcore with the horizontal attack. And if it does connect, it's heavy. It's really heavy damage. All right, so last giant again, just staying in front of him, bait and sweeps. He backsteps, so he gave me a lot of extra opportunity right here. This is a crazy one. He's almost dead. Probably could kill him right off that, but I'm gonna be a bit careful. And we'll just run in. Right in the kneecap, see ya. And again, two-hand for the small doors, even though, again, all these doors are completely different mechanically. It doesn't matter if you push them open, pull a lever, or go through the fog. It's all going to be quicker animations if you two-hand your offhand. Very important. Pop this soul too, and then we can actually get the Bright Bug and progress Melentia to get the Silver Serpent Ring. That's exactly the extra amount we really need there. And there we go. So we're going to talk to her till she goes back to Majula. Honestly, I'm not sure if there's much of a use. Like, to be fair, as I got further into the attempts, there wasn't many runs I went back to her to buy anything, but just in case we want to, for whatever reason, or there's an emergency chunk that I want, the example would be she sells the basic club. Basic club can kill a lizard in Seldora, whereas my weapon can't actually hit it, so it's really frustrating to kill with the bow. That'd be an easy one to go back and get when I'm out of chunks from all the other areas, and I just want one that's right in front of a bonfire for like upgrading armor sets or whatever way later, if I choose to do that. But we'll throw some more skulls for the Royal Soldiers here. The ones upstairs will still get interested regardless. We have the Seldor set on just in case for Pursuer. It's a carryover. I'm just gonna have to put the Crimson Parma back on to parry him. Ooh, and we got canceled on the fog here. This is bad. That's actually kind of scary, but I'll go all the way back down here and we'll wait for a second. This is the first time I've had to use life gems this early, like to like a major degree, but we could swivel around these guys, no problem. Now I can actually put the Parma on at least. Just let me see if I can get a lead. Sponsored by Two Hand Offhand, nice. Okay. And then that's a really good setup there. It's pretty decent centering. Let's just see if he goes to the right. Amazing. Very clean there. So I've noticed with the variations of Pursuer, you want to be very close to the Ballista, and then have him slightly off-center to the left, where you almost hit his kneecap with the first rounds of the Ballista, and then when he goes slightly past center on the right side, he hasn't moved so far the way that you just miss him. Otherwise, like when you're in the regular spot, I would typically roll by him on the normal method, which again is just rolling and then going to him even sooner with the Ballista. You tend to be further back, or at least that's what it looks like to me every time I do it. And being very close right at the corner of the carriage there or further seems to help. Okay, back to getting the Lenegrass blacksmith shop open. Got the short bow. One of these attempts I might try a longbow if this is not the one, but it's got to be. It has to be. Dude, the last reset, again, you're not going to see this, but there was a stone ledge that was completely flat on the one far side, and there was a lip that was about 2 inches that you can't see on every camera angle unless you put it along the ground. And I didn't know that you can actually get stuck on it. I've never actually seen that before. And 2 stone soldiers cornered me into it where it looked like I could just run off the ledge completely to safety. And there was legitimately no way out of it. Even if I attacked them, they would interrupt. So it was like the perfect storm. Learned something new, but very annoying though. I'm gonna get 50 iron arrows, the rapier, and then 5 of the regular shards. But yeah, I would guarantee you though, if you were dodging, you would easily be able to roll over that ledge. So that's the irony of it, is like there's certain things that it lets you do. Running and jumping might have worked, but I wouldn't have had enough time to wind up for it, so that's the issue there. It was already too late. The only thing that would have worked would be potentially a backstep if I faced that way, but I'm trying to not backstep as well. There's no point. And one of the reasons backstepping is unsavory, in my opinion, is once you get agility ranked up to 94, you get iframes on your backstep, so you actually can dodge attacks just by backstepping. And there will be a run where I only do that as well. That is going to be the goal, so it won't even be just evading with sprinting. It'll be just backsteps. But I'll try to add some other stuff to that to make it interesting. Alright. I think that we're going to go 26 figure, and then Dex, we'll leave that stock, and we'll have 18k to bring to Macduff. Seems legit. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. You want at least, I think, like 15 to 16, but we'll see how much we have left over for arrows after that. And we'll switch to the rapier now too. Probably a good idea. Could homeward bone here and save the expense of all this stuff at the cost of the souls. I think I'm going to do that. Just saves a little bit more time just going around. And it is still damageless too, which is kind of interesting. It's very, very quick. So we'll despawn Pursuer, and then as soon as he pops out, get this bone on. Put our fire arrows on as well as the regular. And then back to the bonfire. Only thing this changes is the route of the first mummy. It might change the later ones too, but by the time you get there, it's like so weird to notice any difference that you'd probably be cracked out of your mind to even pay attention to that. But this guy is going to be in a different spot. It's a little bit easier, actually. And I like to do R2s just to keep them in place. It's very nice. Stone Ring would give you a similar effect with R1s, so you probably have a little bit more stamina to get that extra attack and kill them quicker. And yes, I could go back and get Stone Ring now. I just haven't needed it for anything so far. It hasn't been the crux of this run, so not a big deal. Grab the antiquated key. Let's see if we can snipe this dude really quick. I need the bow on, though. Every time, no bow on. Let's see. Goodbye. Yep. A little bit slow, but he rebounded off the side. That was funny. Wait, did he have the rare? Oh, no, never mind. I thought he might have had the rare resurrection. There's a thing that can happen where he falls off the edge and he still lives somehow, and it doesn't make any sense. There's also a weird death animation where he flies into the sky as well. I've only seen it on other people's games. I've never seen it on my own, but the one where he lives is weird. Very, very weird. Reminds me of Black Knight Donald on the Basin for DS1, where he literally falls off the ledge and then just somehow like rematerializes on the path behind you without you seeing him pop up. He's just there again somehow. Very strange. Let's see if we can get him to blow up. Finally! I've been waiting for that one. Thank you. Miyazaki's actually helping me a little bit. He feels some mercy. Okay, we got a bad barrel. That's fine. Still close enough to the wall. So we're going to want to get all the Titanite in this room, plus the arrows, because, again, those are used decently in the early game. A little bit for Dragonlight Castle to open it up. just for some various enemies in Seldora as well. I might actually be able to get away with using a lot less of them now that I bought early firebombs for Tark, but I don't know how much damage they're going to do. I'm not sure if it's going to be better than a fire arrow. So I'm still going to keep some extra irons. I'm going to try to buy a little bit less, though. We'll get 2 large shards to see if we can boost Rapier to +6. And then we'll just get Shortbow +3 for now. Oh, I'm tempted to do a little bit more on that. Let's see. Yeah, +5 makes more sense, actually. And yeah, I'll get 50 more irons, so we'll carry 110 and see how that goes. And now we're going to Najka. Or, as I previously said, Najka, but people were like, that's not how you pronounce that name. Turn it into gremlins and transforming and stuff. Having, like, other heads pop out of your mouth as if you're, like, a possessed Resident Evil person or something. Alright. I think we can just go right there. Oh, also, I didn't have Ring of Blades on that whole section. That was pretty scuffed. Okay. Gonna get Divine Blessing over here by the tree. And I guess we can go back to no armor for now. Wow, didn't get Fragrant Branch from the chest in Bastille again. Oh, this is a thing I did on the last run. It's not a big deal. It's just like I waste some time. Thank God it's at the beginning of the area. So yeah, every time you spawn in that pursuer, no matter if you take the shortcut around the ledge or not, just make sure that you open the chest. And in fact, if you're very fast and you want to be spicy, you could open the chest, pick it up, and still spawn in the pursuer, but he's about to attack you when you do it. And then if you're really quick getting to the corner here, he'll still technically despawn. We're going to try to show that right now, basically. Like, there is a way where you can do this. Oh, but, you know, he might just do a beam, which is completely fine, because again, on this run, that's valid. That doesn't matter. Damageless, obviously, you wouldn't want to actually pick the item out of the chest yet. You could just open it, run back, and then run and scoop it. Deathless, just open it, grab it. Even if he starts to hover towards you, he's so slow. So it doesn't matter if he attacks. Alright, now we can resurrect Rosabeth. That falling animation looks painful, actually. It reminds me of when you almost are catching your balance, but you know you're going to get fucked up regardless, and you fall backwards for a cartoonish amount of time. It still looks realistic, but it's like, you just know you're going to eat shit backwards, and you're just waiting for it while still trying to save yourself for no reason. I love that. Okay, now we actually get to test out our firebomb theory on Tark and see if it's much better. I have used them on him a long time ago, I just don't know the number. Oh, he actually hit me with the stone this time, okay. Petrified poop to the face, I love it. Even better, let's have that happen more often. While we can afford to have it happen. Yeah, I was making jokes saying with Wharf in this area, I had a ridiculous amount of times running through that section with nothing hitting me at all. Not really expecting it to work that way, and then it's like, when you start to expect it's going to be good, then bad things happen, of course. Just seems to be the way. So for anyone that hasn't played this game, again, trigger warning for the elitists. Hit the trees with things in this area, they'll make sound, and then the ghosts that are surrounding will actually be attracted to the trees from a sound cue. Even if you're near them. You don't want to get their attention really quickly first, though. That's just one thing that's important to avoid, but if you do it right, you're in good shape. You can basically just run around this area freely every so often, shooting a new tree. And the funny thing is they will hit the trees and loop themselves into being attracted to the sound effects of their own swords hitting the trees. So, very big dumb ghosts. That's probably why they're dead in the first place and they're in purgatory, is because they weren't high IQ enough to go to the heavenly realms, I guess. They're like, I'm just stuck in 3D, bro. But you can't lock onto them, so I guess they're a little bit OP. We're going to get Chloranthy +1 in this chest. That'll be a good ring till the end. It's kind of like the Grass Crest equivalent of this run if you've seen a lot of DS1 runs. And there is the NPC Vengarl in there. I know a lot of people would say, hey, you could get like Gold Pine Res and all that. I used to buy it from him, but if you're going and doing Freya as your Great Soul, and you're using Soul Memory to access Shrine of Winter, you get a lot of Gold Pine Resin, so there's no worries about that. No weapons he can give us, that's great. For Tark, I probably should throw on the set, actually, even just going through here for the Ghosts and Tark. All that stuff. Put on Chloranthy now, too. And the bombs are ready, perfect. Gonna aim to not get cursed on this section this time, because curse doesn't actually count as a reset or anything. It's not a death. But it's not nice. I don't like it. It wastes an effigy as well. Just a word towards the rules here. Jumping and recovering in a roll automatically from the game making you do it does not count as dodging. Oh, he got a backstab on me. Look how... Oh, shit. Look how juicy that is. Dude, he got a burrito combo. Dude, no way. No way. He got a burrito combo into the jump. This guy's a master PvP player. That was actually godlike. Holy shit. I've never seen anything like that on a Ghost. That guy's been practicing in Arena. He's rank 3 guaranteed. Brotherhood of Blood rank 3 for life. Hopefully he doesn't follow me into this area too. I'm gonna stay over here. Shoot this curse jar. Just pop a couple life gems for recovery even if I get hit again. And then we'll scoot into here really fast. See if we can get past the jars. And then no curse while we deal with the second ghost. Beautiful, okay. How are the bombs going? Oh, that's so much better. Wow. Yeah, that's probably all we need. It's going to be harder to actually land them once he runs away. And then the fire arrows actually come in handy for a second. It's a huge difference, though. You get like 100 less if the radius of the splash from the firebomb gets him, except for the direct hit. Direct hit's like a 196, was that? Yeah, 196, crazy. Alright, way faster, though. Saves like 20 times the amount of time, I would say. Unbelievable. And it's like significantly quicker than even just using a better bow upgrade, too, and it's not going to waste as many arrows or souls, ironically, even though you would think it would save them the more expensive arrows and all the materials you have to put in past then, coming back later, not getting extra attacks from the extra endurance and survivability from second Dragon Ring early. It all kind of equates to being better right now if I can do it that way. So why not? Now, I just wish we would go for third Dragon Ring. It's just very ballsy. To do that in Shrine, I don't think it's worth the time and also the risk of the guy that chases you to the chests, as well as getting in the door with the Drakekeeper. I might be able to bow him to death through the doorway somehow, and then like the dude that chases me, I'm not sure exactly how I deal with him. That's still the problem there. But there might be some sort of way to justify Third Dragon. It'd be a huge help, because then I could just upgrade this one for that. Obviously, you can't wear both, but still. It's a pretty good ring. It's one of the best rings, for sure. For Najka, we're just going for tail attacks right here on the corner, seeing if we can bait some good ones. That is a great one. Definitely the best. We just don't want to get a stagger, so I'm going to be sparing with the other attacks. Wait for the final slam. We'll get a tail break here, just to get stamina back if I can. Perfect. And she's still going for it. She's still going for more. If you swing into the corner here, as you get pushed by the body, it still doesn't actually calculate damage. That was amazing RNG once again. Very lucky on her. So yeah, it doesn't matter if the midsection of her body pushes you, as long as you don't get wrapped back around by the tail from the end of it. If you get stuck on a wall, sometimes you get squeezed back into it, but it's much better than I feel like how they'd calculate it in a lot of the other games. Somehow. Okay, crossing my fingers for at least the Gurm helmet, but if not, I'll take the chest piece again. Not sure about the gloves or the boots, they might not be that great. Okay, absolutely nothing there. Rip. Wonder if the fire bombs are good on this lizard, let's see. Can't even hit it, okay. Gonna grab the Radiant Gem. And then we'll get this bonfire, and then we'll just go for Magus and Congregation. We don't need +7. I'm okay with +6 for now. But I'm gonna put on Seldora set again, just to have it ready. I will argue again, Wanderer set would be better for the fact that we haven't sold it yet. But I don't want to do the armor swap if I don't have to. It's just kind of annoying sometimes. And in this run, again, doing frantic menus while moving around or at the end of doing combat could produce a roll randomly while there's still an enemy alive or something. I just don't want to have that happen. Like, all it would take is me canceling the menu as I'm opening at the same time without even noticing the next second's going to close it, and then I push a circle button again to go out of the secondary screen that shows the actual slots and stuff, but it's not actually there. So we're not doing that at all. These guys, skull doesn't matter. I'll just kill this guy. All right, single file, let's go. Line them up. I was so close to killing. Why didn't it get him? See, now the +7's seeming kind of appealing. So in here we can get the Priestess armor. Has very good elemental defense against lightning, which is relevant for a lot of any percent, surprisingly. Got Looking Glass Knight. You got Magus and Congregation coming up right now, and then you have some other various enemies that will apply. And then the physical damage for how light it is great. Let's see, what do we got from the spider? Nothing? Boo. Yeah, I'll keep Seldor set on though, just so I don't have to be switching everything super fast. We got +5 on the bow, that's great. I just got to put lightning resin on and we're good to go. Oh, he didn't even open with the AoE, nice. Okay, getting blasted back by that sucks. But look at the swoop diddly doop on the bolt. That was pretty cool. I am actually going to use a little bit of an early heal here, just in case. I'm not really worried about the bolts here. I'm just worried about Magus. It's really hard to escape his AoE with sprinting. Because if you've just attacked, which you're likely to because Congregation's beside him and you want him out right away, again, starting up a roll right after your attack recovering on this and pivoting and running is really, really hard. Takes a long time. I find it's even worse if you're locked on too. Okay, now we don't have to swap anything. Perfect. GG's. Got the bonfire ascetics. That's one of 2 that we're picking up. And if you remember correctly, we started with a bonfire ascetics. That's a total of 3 that'll allow us to do 4 different new game cycles. So we'll get to new game +3 on this area to boost our soul memory to 1,000,000 for Shrine of Winter with Freya. I could do the first iteration right now, then go and piece to Flexile. Doesn't really make a big difference though, so I think I'll just go to Flexile right now. Let's do it. I'm just gonna take off my sweater too. Give me a second. Alright, that's a lot better. Got the Rotunda Lockstone and the Bell Chime I can actually sell. The Idol's Chime. And I think at this point we'll go preset. Just enough time for all the consumables, great. Hoping I don't have a scary Wharf. When we went through this on the previous attempt number 6 was worrisome. I'd never had a problem on it until that one, and then I did almost die going up the stairs here, so... biggest mistake, the Varangian did a combo where he basically just repeatedly thrusts both of his swords over and over and over, and he actually lunges the first one into you with a 180, so if you go by him and you already dodge him, he just connects anyways. Like, usually you just kind of pivot him, he misses because he swings into like where you were. So I'm going to go super wide on that one and then just try to see if I can adjust for the arrows that are flying over the place. But that was crazy, though. I don't actually recall that attack being something in his moveset. Like, maybe, again, I'm just rusty on it. But we usually kill them before they can do anything fancy or just use a skull, so that surprised me a bit. So yeah, going wide on that one. He goes for a horizontal swing. Not too bad. Ooh, the crossfire at the end there. Nice. Time to wheel and deal with Gavlan, getting all the poison items. And then I'll get the Ring of Giants as well, just in case we can combine that with something heavy for some poise. I think I'll sell the Crimson Parma. We don't need it anymore. I usually keep it, but I'll sell it. I'll do something a little different on this one. I'm going to keep the Wanderer set. Will I? Wait, let me see this. Is it just the boots? No, gloves. The gloves are actually okay, yeah. Yeah, the gloves are actually decent on Wanderer. I'm going to keep the pair of gloves. And then we'll get rid of the Petrified Dragonbone. My character's doing step-ups on the floorboard because it's glitched out or something. That's funny. There's a spot in the floorboard section of Bastille in that tower where there's the one Titanite shard after Lucatiel. And I made a video a long time ago. It's still probably up, but you can kill yourself by running on the spot in between those floorboards. It doesn't look like anything's happening, though. You just basically try to run, and then the character bends their knees for a second and then just stands still and it just dies. And you can repeatedly do it whenever you want. So if you just want to die in that area really quickly, or maybe if someone invades you and you want to trip them out, you can do that whenever you want. And sometimes the camera does some really weird stuff after you die too. I'm going to try R2s on Flexile, see how much better that is. Since we've been beating him majority of the time before it floods. Just going to go for 2 R2s at a time. Mostly just jogging too, not even full sprints. No need. Okay, this is really good RNG anyways. This is perfect. Oh my god. Could it get better? I don't know. Yeah, that's just stupid good. Because even though I got greedy there, he still gave me a good fight. At the very end, I made a pretty decent mistake by going for a triple R2. And he was like, I'll just give you the shortest attack after that that is useless. On his part. Okay, back to preset before we get out of here. For safety, I'm going to have my Homeward Bone out, just checking for Forlorn on this one early on, and then we are going to switch to just getting through the area as quick as possible if he doesn't invade within the first, 10 to 15 seconds of this outdoor walkway. Just got to touch down at the bonfire first. Though, actually, I'd even argue on this point that this bonfire doesn't do anything. I'd have to make a weird mistake that has nothing to do with Forlorn. I'm trying to think of even what you would count that as. Maybe it just makes me feel better. I have no idea. There'd be nothing to really come back to this area for, so I could probably just skip it, to be fair. Okay, so I don't see the bone dimmed out or anything. I think it's not coming through yet, at least, so we have some time. Kill Explodey guy in the corner here very quickly. And we're getting the dogs. Let them funnel, just attack into the door, just to keep. Oh, they got me first. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Funnel around the barrels. Still got you. This run's actually wasted a lot more basic life gems than any other one so far, ironically. And it's going very smoothly, too. There's not really much of a problem. It's just funny that I'm actually using them, because I avoided doing that for majority of them. It's only here and there. Bigger ones definitely once like we got later in the game and as I was figuring out some of the methods on different attempts. Okay, we're going to go really far into this guy's drop-in so we can get a lot more damage from the weapon. Otherwise, again, the tip of the weapon hitting him is going to take an extra attack in total, and he can actually kind of escape the combo without stone ring, so it's a little bit sketchier. And again, I'm still waiting for the time where he pulls the firebomb and it blows up in his hand. That's one of the funniest things. I don't know if you have to have fire resin on the weapon to make it explode. First time that ever happened, though, it blew my mind. I was like, what's going on here? It's like, are we actually attacking the thing in his hand before he throws it and it blows up? Or is the game not animating him throwing a firebomb or something? Okay, Seldora right away. Just set up the lower part and then just mainline Freya, rail a bunch of Freyas 4 times. Going bananas. And the +5 bow should be enough for this, no problem. Ah, man, I want to get that white mage before he drops. He always drops first. If I don't do this sooner or later, I'm actually going to have the full armor set from them drop anyways. I've been looking for it, because I do like it, and it's pretty good defense against different things. Be good for Shrine of Amana, I think. Oh, we got an item. Yes, we got the hood. Sweet, dude. I've been waiting for that. That's my favorite part of it. One of my favorite headpieces. It just looks awesome, regardless of the stats, but I think the stats will be decent. We'll double check and see. Okay, that's most of the spiders. I think there's a few more. Got some hidey spideys. Alright, let's check this hood. Oh, that's so much better than this one. Dude, it's actually better with lightning, too, and dark. It's not even that much heavier, too. That's just going to be the essential one to roll with here. And it goes with this set almost better than the set it comes with, in my personal opinion. It works really well with Retainer's Robe as well, which I think is from the DLC. It's a classic favorite on... again, I made some variations of kind of like Spellblade / like Magic or Moonlight Greatsword PvP builds. One of them had Retainer Robe with the White Mage Hood. I think my quality build at one point had that too, and I was trolling people with the longsword. I was trying to do a tournament way back in the day where it was a cash tournament. There was a cash prize for the most wins back-to-back without dying with a longsword, and I believe Apkoa won with 80-something wins in a row, which is not even possible anymore, in my opinion. I think everyone's too good for anyone to go on an 80-plus win streak against like the general public plus people stream sniping that are good, that know you're actually playing because they're watching you. That'd be very, very tricky. So even through stream snipers back then, he got like, I think it was like 82 or 83 wins in a row. I think mine was like 30-something, and then a lot of the other players were in like anywhere from the 20s to like the 50s, which is just mind-blowing. But yeah, dude got rank 1 plus a good chunk. He got more than halfway to rank 2 within one tournament. It's unbelievable. All right, we're gonna go and do Freya 1 right away. grabbing the charcoal resin for later. I'm going to try that on Looking Glass Knight this time, see if it's good. Almost had a chance to use it on him last time, but I died right before I got there. Yeah, it was a death, actually. I can't even say it wasn't. It was the Royal Soldiers when I was against that little piece of frickin' stone I couldn't see was raised off the ground. That was a tragic one. No more of those. That area is just going to be played completely different. I'm going to actually bait them out and then kill them really, really systematically, even though you shouldn't have to. I don't think it matters. Just why not at that point? See, the problem with this also is that, like, the more sketchy you get about it, like, you'll actually play worse. So you don't want to be too careful, because then you literally will do something stupid on purpose. Like, you'll make a decision that's not something you've tried before, and you have no idea how it's going to go, and then you're in uncharted territory. So you don't really want to do anything that's, like, too out there. You want to have a nice balance. And also, again, because of how much time it takes anyways, the more time exposure you have, the more chances you have to screw up too. So it's got to be fluid. At least in my opinion, that's my playstyle. I like momentum with a decent amount of caution. Okay, we're cornered in there. That's not a big deal, though. We'll just pop one of these guys, and then hopefully we can get a big Spidey out of the corner very quickly, because we got the peasants chasing us from the spike pit. There's not as many of them, though. There's only 2 this time. It's kind of rare. Spider's taking a long time. Alright, we're out of there. I can't wait to level Vigor. I'm definitely a little bit under-leveled for this part in terms of Vigor particularly, with 2nd Dragon Ring carrying me. But again, weapon level's okay. 7's perfect for this. Oh, that peasant's also really close too in the lower area. Damn. So for the first one, we're just going to go lightning resin. Fashion on point with this hollow white mage head. So good, man. So good. Peak. I know probably a lot of people think it looks ugly or whatever. I think it's amazing. I would actually rock that as a Halloween costume. No word of a lie. Alright, very smooth Freya fight. Just gotta do some quick swaps here. And also, again, everything's lined up as the next slot, so that's perfect with the way that they arranged the Wanderer set that I start with. In contrast to the other pieces, it's actually a little bit easier, even having 3 pieces for the gloves. So still no problem with that at all. Unlike some other sets, they might be cataloged in between where you have to do more inputs and you can fumble. You can, again, just adjust by weight and other things and see if it changes it. Oh, how did I get a backstab? Dude, that was weird. I backstabbed him, but it looked like he was facing the other way. He must have, like, turned, and then the game on that frame knew that he was already going to be in that position, so it kind of did it a little bit early. That was weird. Looked a little quick. But yeah, Duke dead. Let's go to Primal Majula. And then we can actually spend quite a lot of these souls we've been hoarding for a bit. So Rapier plus 10 is in effect. We just need some large shards, and we could get short bow up a little bit more. But again, we're not going to be using it for a bit. Doesn't matter right now. Emerald Herald being lazy on the rock there, taking extra time to give me my levels because she's got to stand up. How dare she? The audacity. Can we get 50 vigor? Yes. Okay. And then just cranking endurance as much as possible. You know what I really enjoy? This has nothing to do with the game, but it's kind of stupid though. A little bit silly. When you have water and it's sitting out for like the whole day, but it's so cold inside that the water still feels like it was from the fridge anyways. And I'm not even one to need cold water, but it just feels clean even though it was sitting on my desk since this morning. It's almost like I just poured it again. That's like almost magic to me right there. It's like someone chloroformed me and I forgot that it was existing. But I still know, like I still am aware that it was obviously poured earlier, but it's as if it wasn't. Getting very excited about that. I was going to actually just dump it, but you know what? Don't sleep on the water sometimes. Okay, back to the higher defense setup here. After this many resets, it's finally starting to get easier to not have the urge to roll through the doors and break them open faster. That is one thing that was extremely challenging in the beginning, because I pushed the button like 4 times, just spamming it, waiting for the door to open sooner. And that's almost gone now, I can say that confidently. So I'm not worried about that. There's some other things where there's still a little notion in my head to just push the button, but I can override it a little bit, which is nice. It's just, I don't like the idea of it popping up. I think there's levels to this in the sense that you want to get to the point where the thought doesn't actually come up at all. And that could actually, on the contrary, make other problems. So let's say I go back to another challenge after doing enough of this, or I do a different run that's even more hardcore, maybe damageless combined with no roll, or all content like, you know, like we're doing now for deathless. It would be hard to adjust back to playing normal again for the first little bit, probably for a couple hours or something. Because I've noticed when I've done these before for DS1, I've had moments where I just sprinted and didn't roll when I needed to in another run, and I was like, that was kind of stupid. But I had also recently been doing the no roll, no death, or way back in the day, SL1 no roll. So we'll crank another gold pine resin for this one. That should be fine with the +10. And Freya laser cutscene continues with the addition of you know, some attacks that actually count as attacks. Oh, that spider was blocking my frickin' lock on, dude. Son of a bitch. That pissed me off a little bit. Spider robbed me of like 4 attacks. What does it want me to do? Rebuff again in the same fight? This is not affordable for my character's budget here. I'm gonna actually build that spider. I'm gonna give it an invoice. Gold pine resin. On a Wednesday, come on. Out of curiosity, if you guys are paying attention at this point of the run as well, I'm curious, who would like to see a jog Souls run where we just don't use the circle button or B button at all, other than canceling menus if we have to? Because that's actually appealing too. That's a really interesting one. There's one beyond that where it's attack to move, but attack to move, I'm not sure how that would work. in this particular game. I know you could probably get away with it here and there in other ones. Someone in our chat, actually, when I used to stream, more often at least, because obviously I'm going to be streaming again, but just, it was when I was streaming quite a bit of DS3. I remember they started an attack to move run and they got past Gundyr, but it took them, I think it was like 200 and something attempts. And I've always been curious of how I would do with it, because I know Mercenary, you get Twin Blades, so it staggers pretty decently. You move forward a good amount. There's good lunge speed. I was like, I wonder if I could do it in like maybe like a few dozen. And then I started to think of the rest of it, and I'm like, this is kind of just stupid to even think of in the first place, regardless of what even happens. But with the build that, you know, has enough miracles, like let's say you have something to regenerate health very fast, decent armor setup, you have all the bone shards and all the Estus shards and everything, obviously. And you just get the most optimal possible right away. I wonder what would be the easiest one to do it on. I'm thinking maybe Elden Ring any %, but even then, it's hard to say. Some things just do a lot of damage, and I'm not sure if you'd be able to block them. You'd probably have to make a contingency where something like, I don't know, like a weapon art that moves you really far would be counted as moving, even though it's, you know, not a basic attack of any sort. But for things that don't have giant lunges like that with weapons that move you far, I'm just wondering. All right, back to the next Freya again. Just double checking. I do have one more ascetic left, so we are actually keeping up with those. Nice. Again, with that extra skull, too, I could totally risk going for the chunks. I should have done it on the second attempt, though, if anything. And then again, if we have an armor piece, we could boost not only just a little bit of it, but we get it fully maxed out, guaranteed, with that many chunks and that many slabs. It's just a risk of, again, the peasants hitting really hard and getting sandwiched in this one corner. Well, speaking of which, that frickin' spider, what are you doing? Good, yeah, get out of there. Spideys are mean on this one. Okay, we'll do charcoal resin for this one. I'll save the bright bug for the final, and then we'll have one charcoal resin left over after that. Lightning should do better on everything else, so it doesn't really matter about saving more than one charcoal. It's all we really need for Looking Glass. Unless something weird happens and I homeward bone, but at that point then, I mean, I'll just use a lightning or nothing, since we've already done them with those two. It wasn't the end of the world. He also has that system kind of built in that's a little bit special to him, where he's very inclined to do a big attack if you do a lot of damage in the previous engagement. I don't know how much it exactly is, but it just seems like if you do a giant chunk with like a few attacks, very, very high chance he does lightning, and lightning's what we need. So that's still doable without a buff anyways, just not as easy if I have a shorter window, or maybe like I kind of hesitate getting close to him on another attack. Or we just recovered from being hit and had to heal or something like that. Go for 6 on this one. This is the debate where it's like, is the DPS actually faster? Because I went for 6, it wasn't as easy to bait another laser right back to back. And if I got a sooner laser, even just as like the, you know, let's say compared to the second attack after, is it really just faster that way? It probably is. And the buff timer's not going to run out as soon. I think 5 is probably the sweet spot. Because then as you see, look, see back-to-back laser with 5 right there. Just gives you a higher chance you can get further away. Alright, I'll just kill this Duke again. We'll do Primal. And if you're wondering why I actually don't two-hand for Duke after a while, because of course his health goes up. The spiders will literally show up and still kill me in this room. They'll show up extremely fast as soon as the torch goes up. Which is, it's completely stupid. They're so far away that I don't understand why they just want to go for you from that far away without even seeing you. But again, the enemy tracking in this, the way they aggro is weird. Final one I will level for. We'll just get all this converted. And for the final one, the victory, I'm not going to go and level up in between. We're just going to go right to the Ruined Fork Road. I should be able to get the bow up right now, too. Oh, but we have to go to McDuff for that anyways. So I'll save a little bit for that after the levels. Not bad. Okay, 25 should be enough to save. Then 40 endurance is great. Plus 10 short bow, sweet. I'll like it. One more ascetic on the bonfire. I'm ready to go. It's always nice completing Freya on this. Freya is not really a big deal. It's kind of meditative to me. I really don't hate Freya. I think it's a really, really cool design, and the area to get to Freya is not bad at all, actually. It's really intuitive to, like, the way the spider would be trapped, the Legend of the Duke, the actual campsite going into, I guess it would be like the cove itself, the chapel and everything. The lore checks out really well for it. It does match the story. The problem is the way it's portrayed overall doesn't give you a sense of atmosphere before you go there. So for like a lot of areas in this, they just fall flat because you don't feel the storytelling elements alluding to anything. You'd have to actually really do some deep diving after and then be like, okay, or maybe like get super immersed while you're there if you can. It's just a lot harder. I think the only difference would be just add a few more NPCs that tell you more about that in those areas, or maybe even move some of the ones that are just in like generic areas. Like, you know, Rosebeth in Ruined Fork Road, don't put her there. Who cares? Just make it accessible right away. It doesn't matter. Or find another way to make it like a gated progression. Blue Moon Sword guy, don't put him there. That's two NPCs right beside each other in a part that's connected to Majula already. Doesn't matter, you know. Kale, once he goes back to Majula, make him move again in the future. Make him move to a different location out of Forest Fallen Giant, stuff like that. Makes more sense, you know. You can make more utility out of people moving around and helping the storytelling. McDuff's a decent, or not McDuff, sorry. Laddersmith Gilligan's a decent one. I'd say Creighton and Pate are okay. Like, Creighton's not bad. And Cloanne's okay, you know. Majorold, Majorold could move. He can move around, I think. He doesn't have to be static. And it's also kind of suspicious that he's even in Iron Keep anyways. Or what is it? Not, is it Majorold? No, sorry. I forget who the guy is that's in Keep. I probably am saying his name wrong. Majorold might be in the Wharf, actually. I think he's the magic guy. But yeah, whoever's in the keep, maybe I was right. I don't know. Again, whoever's in there, that merchant, just make him do something for storytelling. All right, final Freya. Let's get the bright bug and a charcoal resin quick. That's perfect timing. Surprised that Freya did the back-to-back laser there. It's a little bit lucky. Point blank. Must have been queued even earlier or just something random that happened. I always think that like the way that the attacks queue, it must be like tracking from where I was positioned before or something and then already had it stacked and ready. So I do know that kind of thing can happen in other cases. Excuse me. Burp souls. All right, here we go. Final round, maybe 2 more. This is actually a pretty quick last Freya, even though there was some downtime in the beginning of it. Not disappointed with that at all, actually. Nice, yeah, there we go. And Homeward Bone worth it? Let's just go for it. Let's use the Homeward Bone. We have 2 left. So be it. If I need more of them, I need more of them. Let me try to think, though. It's King's Ring and it's Looking Glass Knight Mannequin room with the Giant that are the 2 locations I can think of right now we need them for. What else, though? Is there any other dead ends? I literally think it's just those 2. And then, like, Souls after that, even if I had a Dark Sign, wouldn't be that big of a deal, even though I do want to keep quite a few of them. Oh, Ancient Dragon, Ashen Mistheart, you'd have the Feather for at that point, though. So, yeah, I think it's just 2 more. So 1 extra Primal is all we need if we... Or we just buy 1 Homeward Bone from Shellchoir in the beginning. And we're solid. I can technically even level up even more for Dragon Lake here. But, again, I wanted to save some stuff for Chancellor. We need just under 100,000 for that, so... Oh, of course, Emerald Herald on the Rock again. Always. Okay, so 40 decks. We'll do some Vitality. Sure, there we go. And now Dragon Lake Castle, let's go. Coming back to the scene of the crime of the last run that we did. Oh man. Also screwed up another one without even dying, but I rolled on a Falconer by accident over here. The Blasphemy. Let's see what we got for Soul Memory. Oh, 1,000,023. See, I have no curiosity for the shield anymore over here. We're not going to even risk that scenario. Who cares? Falconer with his ice skating movements couldn't even catch up. He was close. Then we got our Divine Blessing over here. Ooh, he pulled out a sword this time, Ghosty. Oh yeah, it's the other one that has the knife. Okay, for the first one has the straight sword. This isn't something that we even really consider relevant anyways, because they're usually just shooting with crossbows with the way that I either let them get positioned to run by or kill them with anyways. It's always usually crossbows that are coming at me. Speaking of bows, 64 arrows left should be perfect to get into here. So yeah, we only really need like 100 and something at McDuff. Maybe 115 max. I'm going to use that for these guys because they pissed me off. They killed me last time. And I want to show you guys exactly what I was talking about with that ledge. And we're just going to walk around it and see if maybe even walking along it makes your foot slip over it. There's some weird things like that where if you go in certain directions along things, you just start to prop up on it. Very, very annoying. So this side, you can walk straight off. This side, you can walk straight off if you already have a walking animation going with momentum, I guess. Now, what if I stop? If I stop, I can't do anything. My foot just Dude, that's weird, man. If you take 3 steps, you can walk over it, but if you step from a standstill in front of it, you can't move. This is why this game is just completely ridiculous. And that blows my mind, dude. I would not have even guessed that would still even let me move even at 3 steps. That's just kind of stupid. Don't know how to even let that go as, oh yeah, that makes sense. It just does not make sense. But at least we know now. And that is actually relevant for other things, for sure. It'll be relevant for all bosses damageless. Because my backup plan for buying time on the third Royal Soldier or anything going wrong there is actually using that ledge, and I've done it many times. Though, I don't know, it depends on what we have in our inventory. Yo, the one soul didn't go to the giant. That's okay, though. We can have backups over here by just killing the soldiers in front of here. So let me get the life gems on. And we actually are running low on them this time, so it's going to be good to get some more soon. Where's those Royal Soldiers at? Come on. Spawn in. Is it only one? Oh, here we go. Here's one. I didn't want to kill both. Come on. There's going to be more that pop up, but... Ooh, you know, I could kill some of the Cyans that are the statues by this thing. I just don't want to get grouped up on by the Royal Soldiers as they're spawning out of their little infinite hidey hole thing. Because that essentially is what happens. Yeah, there we go. There's another 2. Oh, that one went to the statue anyways. Perfect. It's tempting to kill one of these guys. They, of course, I just aggroed one of them. As I'm going through here, I'm just going to take out this dude. We'll space the Cyan. We're going to get away from him completely because he's dangerous with both of those guys in the background. And we can just wrangle everything inside. Do a couple more circles. This is kind of like the Forlorn method. You just do circles till the door opens. While also wrangling the soldiers. Then you do the staircase circle method with the drop-down shot. Cyan's going to back up a bit. He's a little bit hasty here. I don't know why they are doing that, though. I guess as soon as I go on these stairs, they're going to chase me down, right? Yeah, you go up here, then they start sprinting in. Freaking Miyazaki, dude. Okay, but this is actually increasing my chances of at least getting one of these armor sets that I want. So get a backstab on the Cyan. Wonder if I could aggro more of them outside. Okay, 1 down, nothing from that. All good. Mr. Chancellor, I seek arrows. Give me the magic arrows, Chancellor. Precisely 400. 401. And 350 lightning. There we go. Get the Divine Blessing, obviously. Everything's obvious now because I've done it before and then just died. You guys should have heard the commentary for the first run. I actually literally have been commentating each one of these. I think it's good practice. Off the cuff is not bad to go over. It is a lot harder than obviously having a script for anything, and it's the way it would be streamed anyways, right? But a little bit more informative because people would be like, hey, you're answering too many questions. So even better. At least on occasion. I love how the footsteps are also like black. It's like the floor is not even that color. How are we doing that? And why are they disappearing after? Alright, so we could just go right into Dragon Rider if we wanted to. I could do no Bright Bug for them and save some for later. I don't see a problem with that. Killing the first Dragon Rider is really easy without a Bright Bug on this. That's why I just genuinely don't feel compelled. So I think we'll run it. There's nothing else I can't activate it sooner and do Forlorn like that anyways and get any advantage, so it doesn't matter at all. Lightning Arrow secondary, and then we'll do the primary magic. I think that just having the defense ring, though, could be smart. So, you know what? I'll go back. I'll go back for the defense ring. I genuinely don't even have enough for all 3 Bright Bugs, so it doesn't matter. We'll, unless they're 6,000, let me check and see what the price is. There might still be 2 for 6,000 unless they got restocked, which in that case, yeah, they're 12. Well, I could get 1, but yeah, that's for Looking Glass Knight, unfortunately. Damn. And I'm gonna have to get the other 2 before him, so we can just say we made this trip for this guy right here. Still optimal. A good 1,400 point combo there. And then this will pair nicely with these. I think that'll help a lot more than having Giant Ring. Because Looking Glass Knight's surely gonna hit the physical damage with his sword. And he's got a great sword, he does hit hard. The Phantoms he summons, if it even gets to that point, would actually still do that too. Dragon Rider applies. I'd say the mannequins definitely apply, but bleed is going to have to be something I look into. I want the pellets, man. I want these pellets. I'm going to have to look up where to get them. I literally can't remember. And it might be something that doesn't matter because we just don't have access to a merchant that does it. Might also have to pick them up. I'm not sure. Malencha's inventory could also update over time. I don't know if it actually does to that degree. I just know Scorpion Stinger's in there after Najka. Okay, so no Forlorn yet. Nice. Looks like we're just going to go straight through to Dragon Riders. And I'm not worried about these items here this time. We're just going to cruise. So that's a funny animation right there. He shot the crossbow, but then his sword popped up at the same time as the bolt fired without him moving his arm. That's really weird. I've seen that a couple times before. I've noticed that, but it just looks super goofy. It's almost a stance swap, basically. And I don't know if it counts like that in the game data, but like if you stance swap your weapons in PvP, or for some reason you're doing it in PvE like a madman, that's exactly what it looks like. All right, yeah, we'll save that Bright Bug, and then let me get that buff going, do the lightning. Everything else looking good, let's go. Two shots before falling? Not even. Okay, he's a little bit delayed, that's fine. This is actually still good, no problem. A little bit of a lengthier start. Yeah, a little bit more damage on the first Dragon Rider. It's all good, though. He's knocking me over. It's fine. Let's just get out of there. That's not too great. Slam's fine. We could just bait these and just keep healing if I wanted to. Thrust is okay at that distance. This is where we gotta play pretty good. So not super clean, unfortunately, but, you know, we're doing it. It's a little stressful to do the pivot turns with sprints, man, without it turning into a roll. But we ball. Again, kind of got back into the flow of like how you're supposed to be doing that after. It's just very, very sketchy for me to do that because the input's almost a roll, basically, for like a 3-step mini sprint kind of thing. And again, like I was saying, the buffer, I was mentioning this on the first attempt in the commentary, that the buffer for rolling you can extend. There's actually a method I use that's like, it's a physical thing on the controller. It's not like a game thing, but you're just manipulating the buffer to the farthest amount of frames you can. So if you actually have to make a split-second decision that's different, you don't roll right away and panic. So basically, let's say your brain tells you to panic roll, your finger pushes it, you can hold it in and then do like a late release and then make the roll frames later. Physically by doing it a certain way on the button, and I've used that to save myself in runs tons of times before, where it looks like I just did it at the right time, but I actually pushed it slightly early and then like held it for a second. It does take knowing the buffer well enough to not turn it just into a sprint. It can kill you if you're wrong, but it's a better chance than just pushing it early anyways, right? If you know it's not going to work. So it's similar to that if you guys have played the game enough to have those situations, or just by accident have done that. Okay, this is good. We actually didn't pull the other mannequin. Why is his toe elusive? This man's toe doesn't exist. Oh, his heel does, though. Weird. Alright, and then second mannequin, drop down, get a little bit of a head start damage on him so it's a little bit easier, and we'll just go over here. Way cleaner than the other time. They almost killed me on one of the runs, too. Again, this is one of two places I believe we're going to have to use our homeward bones before getting the feather. Alright, bow on the offhand, since I might not use it on LGK, we'll see. I think keeping lightning resin on could be good. Oh man, our heals are scuffed though. Let's rearrange this. Estus main. I don't mind going in there with 2 life gems, doesn't matter, because we have 2 radiants. Radiants are really good. We could use them for that, and it's justified since it's a good fight. It's a good fight for them. We'll put Divine Blessings on instead of Old Radiance, and I'll chug that gladly, because we're going to replace Old Radiance with Mushrooms later. Or, sorry, pair them with that, and then, like, Divine Blessings, whatever, you know. Rather survive on this guy if we have to. We'll Brightbug and buff from the menu. And then everything's set up for the items there. Very thematic with the armor set, though. Ooh, oh, excuse me. I should probably pop this soul in the lift. Dragon Rider soul, get rid of that. Bad juju. Those Dragon Riders were committing war crimes. That man on the podium shooting the arrows did not have the jurisdiction to be that high in the air. He can only be 5-foot elevation maximum with a bow of that caliber. And I don't think he's got the license renewed for it either. Alright, Key to King's Passage. Homeward boning from here is relevant too. I'm just gonna go down though. We're going down, down in an earlier round. I'm looking like a squid man spinning. Well, I got another bullet in the chin. LGK is going to not win. I'm going down, down as a squid man, spinning in an octagon, winning. Arrows on my back, chilling. 2 Estus Flask, but I don't even have it upgraded. Dut, 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 dut. That mirror should have some sort of Super Mario feature where you could jump into it. Like any of these. I mean, you could have the phantom spawn out of them, like in Aldia's. They do that in the one room, which is amazing. I love that. I want to go jump into it and have it as a portal, though. I mean, just a little bit more features in Dragonlight Castle for how cool it's supposed to be, right? The potential. 2013/14 was bad to us, but also good. All right, this one is like really tight timing to get into. So again, if you don't do the buffs there, for anyone that's never done this, you don't understand, you will die immediately here. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to get out of this if you screw any of this up. So you have to, I'd recommend the two-hand fog gate, but it's crispy to get in here. He's going to jump over, and then we just get some shots immediately. Backhand's fine, doesn't knock back completely. Strafe that guy. No combo there, okay. I'm feeling it. Counter, but I'm gonna try to move out of the way. That's good. No double chug. I should have double chugged just to overlap. It's okay though. Good lightning. Good lightning, good lightning. Chug behind his back to be safe just because I want my health a little higher, and then strafe here, strafe here. Yep. Rebound's not nice. Lightning though, lucky. That was almost a full freaking 180, not great. Okay. Lightning again. We got the backhand. Backhand, ooh. Getting good with jogging the backhand, actually. And then he's going to summon Phantom for the first time we're seeing this here. Got him, nice. I love it. That wasn't a clean fight, but still good, though. It's kind of middle of the road. We'll get Spell Quartz. Yeah, LGK, you have no choice. The mini sprint pivots and all that, like, you almost kind of have to do it. You could jog everything if you wanted to, but I don't know if the RNG would have to be dependent on it. It's mainly his shield pushing you and repositioning you. And if you bonk off the shield one time after pivoting because you wanted an early attack and you're wrong, it tends to be the case you don't know you're going to be wrong as often as just playing normally. Like, I can tell when I'm going to be wrong ahead of time when I play normally, but I did not know there at all. And even just trying to swivel out of the way of some of the lightnings, like the backhand, for example, I didn't think I was going to also clear that. I thought I was going to get hit by it, but it worked. Whereas normally when I'm able to roll, I screw that up way more, which is just weird. Maybe that's why I thought it was going to go wrong. Overhead one just seems easier too, going super late and then doing the sprint around him. Versus how you'd think an overhead would work in this where you go early, like Dragon Rider or something like that. Okay, now that we're here, again, we need the bright bugs, so we're gonna go get the more bright bugs ASAP. The more the merrier. Oh, of course they went up in price, and I got screwed on the other two because I didn't buy them before killing LGK. It's fine, though. It really doesn't matter at this point. I'm pretty sure we're still good. It's just kind of annoying. Makes me not want... I'm not going to use one on Demon of Song. We're just going to play Demon of Song normally. I will, however, get these regular life gems. Just for healing in between things. And then we're doing a mana. Just switch the lightnings to primary as well, so it's a little bit easier to shoot them. And let's get our good armor set back on. Should be a challenge where I have to basically sing a harmony with the Milfanitos at the same time as they're doing their chant. Now that'd be tricky. And probably terrible. Okay, Froggy Boys, we'll leave them, we'll let them chase. And then we'll do our thing over here. Oh, there's one I can target, actually. Boom, 2 lightning, see ya. 2 quick ones. I know I'm getting there on the perfect line. Anyone know the reference? Here, I'm gonna do the whole thing. Body armor. 2 quick ones. They back boosted me the double. I already know I'm on the perfect line. I'm typing up a storm. If you can reference that, this is the key. The key to the run. Just the notion that we're gonna get it, actually, and that's what's gonna play in my mind. I'm not gonna actually put on the YouTube video of exactly what I'm talking about, but that is the spirit animal of this run right now. All you gotta do is type the name of the dude that said it, if you know. If you don't know, then I mean you're missing out on a legend that you're gonna have to ask me about in the future. And I will indeed play the audio of it at some point for something big as a celebration. Oh, I think the Archdrake dropped something again, too. Is that his? Twinkling Titanite, not bad. And then the other one did as well. Archdrake boots. Boots could be better than having this Priestess skirt anyways. Let's check and see. They're better for physical by quite a bit. Not great for lightning in comparison. They're heavier. 7 poise, kind of mild. Like, I wish I knew what was actually just really good for physical, or what needed physical defense more than anything else. The only thing I can think of is Demon of Song doesn't seem to hit magic damage at all, but it could just have that baked in. It seems like it's pretty physical. Chances of you getting hit by it are not that high, and if you do, you're probably not in a good position then at that point. Like, you're probably not doing great. That'd be a harder one to recover from in some cases. Maybe the water attack is magic. Because I know Velstat's going to be split physical dark. Giant Lord could be pure physical, but something tells me that for whatever reason he might have another status to him as well. Who knows? Giant Lord also, again, if you're getting hit by him, you're not in good shape. You don't want to actually get hit by him. Yeah, it's also a quick fight, too. Throny is obviously, again, lightning. And Nashandra dark, so yeah, I don't... Not a crazy amount of options. Guardian's going to be fire. Fire's not really important. You're not going to get hit by the fire most of the time. That was a really good prediction shot in the water there without the lock. Nice. The song playing right now sounds like a remix of a Hollow Knight song with some insane violin, and I have no idea what it is, but again, I want to check because my playlist of... I have an ambient playlist. It's a lot of Jeremy Soule, Howard Shore, and some other orchestral arrangements, and then it goes into some randomization after, and I don't know what this is. But it is absolutely amazing. It should be just the baked-in soundtrack for this area. I don't think it'd work for a boss fight at all, but it would be great for this. Okay, what's the drop from the Frogman? Just an effigy. Let me apparently pissed off another Monocaster in the background. Cool. It's kind of weird. Okay, not pulling Hippo Man, trying to stay on a nice straight and narrow line here. Not pulling Archdrake Man either, and then we're just gonna... Oh, we checked. Okay, Hippo Man is coming. We're gonna get in here. So I don't know what I did there. The only thing I can think of is sometimes maybe I do pull him and I can't hear the audio because I don't have my game sound up a lot, and then he just doesn't kill me because I'm right, like he's right behind me, but he's just not able to attack there. Otherwise, literally those 2 times it did happen is super unlucky. I just, yeah. Well, not unlucky in terms of like actually the game being unlucky, but me just not realizing I'm doing something wrong and thinking that it was great. But yeah, not too bad. He's gone. 2200 is lukewarm for this area, dude. Give me more of the monies. Oh, what's that going to be? Let's see. Is that a staff, maybe? Twinkling Titanite again. Okay. Okay, I should be able to target this guy and then just get a last second shot anyways. No big deal on that. Okay, if I can't, no big deal. This was akin to the panic moment where I was like, I'm just gonna drop off the ledge and then roll right after. We got the gloves. Yeah, there's no reason you can't just trade with him in his face. Wanderer gloves are still better than Archdrake. That's disappointing. For how cool the set looks, it doesn't seem like it's actually as good as it looks, unfortunately. The robe is okay, but yeah, it's kind of weak. Can try to prediction shot on this guy. Almost. With that extra stamina, though. Call it spamina. Oh, you can't handle it. You can't handle it. Oh, you can't handle the spacing. That was a little freaky, but that was cool, though. See, usually, though, that looked like a regular enemy doing a regular attack in a reasonable game that actually is fair, but they don't do that normally. He actually just stayed kind of almost on the spot when he swung, without sliding around. Nice. Gonna be normal on that one thing. It's their thrust that really is just scary. Alright, so Kindler's going to invade. The debrief on this one is just get in the door as quick as we can. Don't get shot from Crystal Soul Spears behind. Also toss on Spell Quartz +2 just for extra defense. I'm going to trade that out for Steel Protection because I want Chloranthy running and I want my full armor anyways, so I don't want to lag behind with stamina. There's no point. I don't have any Green Blossoms to do anything anyways. They're not as easy to come by in this one, I find. Two-hand, offhand, I guess we'll have Gold Pine Resin on the bar just so I can go to that if I need to. Trying to think if we were going to go and heal anyways from Kindler would have to be... It'd probably have to be a Divine Blessing, so I'll just put that on in case. Because Double Chug from Essus is too slow with magic, etc., etc. All the other gems are worse than that. They're better in the long term, but in the short term they suck. That caster actually saw me this time. That's wild, dude. But again, it doesn't actually matter. It didn't affect me there. That was close. Kindler running and us trying to make it. Oh, he went for a casting, which means he's delayed. Let's see how good this is. How much is the offset on this one? Yeah, that was perfect. So again, you just get lucky sometimes. You could probably artificially slow down, but then again, if the NPC doesn't want to attack and just wants to run closer to you, they can choose to do that. They don't have to attack you necessarily. So I don't know if I could force it. I'd have to almost go in his face, and that's just dangerous with other things running after me too. We don't want to be cornered by Demon of Song, so I'm going to pivot a little bit. Make her rotate around just in case. Just going cross arm. That's a little bit of a shorter recovery, but I think we got it. Beautiful. Key to the Embedded as well. Key to the Embedded could be a great weapon for Giant Lord on this. I keep forgetting about that. The heavy attack two-hand, the R2s, would connect a lot better on the ankles. I might try it out. It's a possibility. It could be worth it. Just R2 the Cyan. Give me something. All right, nothing. All good. Crypt time. And then my budget with Egdane is kind of slim, actually. We don't have as many souls here. So first time visiting him. If I want to go back, I could go back a second time. I don't want to clear out the rooms before him twice, though. So this means we have less mushrooms guaranteed. I might not even get Thorn Ring. Thorn Ring didn't do much for me last time, so I think I'll just sleep on that one this time. Mainly just keep a defense ring with, you know, basically, again, like equip load, stamina, vigor ring, endurance ring, attack ring, and defense is a good layout here. And the poise one will just be optional if we find armor. Sounds good. For Crypt, Dark Quartz, would it be relevant right away? I think Steel Protection until we get Dark Quartz is better. Or until we get to Velstadt for Dark Quartz. Although again, like once he buffs phase 2, he's still hitting pretty hard with Dark Quartz on, I think. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So again, armor set back on here. Oh, Archdrake gloves aren't actually... Oh yeah, that's just physical though. 35, 29. Yeah, we'll go Wanderer Manchettes for sure. Ooh, item. Monastery Charm? Ah, you didn't even give me anything good. It's unfortunate. Backstab. Nothing from that one. If you guys notice, I'm not sure if anyone's paid attention to this on this level, but the Orma and Reeves Great Shield Giant, he actually moves while standing still. He kind of like shuffles slightly out of place in a circle. He tracks you before he even activates, so you can get him to like kind of vibrate. It's funny. Didn't notice that until like probably a couple of years ago. But very weird though. Very weird that he's like, it's not activated, but he's still moving on the spot. Okay, checking for Forlorn here on this one too, just in case. There's a really easy Forlorn kill spot. Doesn't matter too much. But I just want to make sure I know when. It's just in the early bit of the Crypt. In the later bit, it's really hard. It goes from one of, like, I think it actually is, when it comes to like having to kill him with a weapon of any sort, like dealing damage versus dunking him off a cliff or timing him out by running through a gate, this one statistically is the easiest for dealing damage to him. But the back half of it's the hardest one in general for any single reason that you could consider. So it goes from like 0 to 100 for the location spot, or the invasion locations within all of the Crypt. The two halves of it. So we can get 13 mushrooms. What would that be worth it? Yeah, I guess so. Again, I'm gonna grab Warmth just in case, because I still don't know if that's actually going to be relevant. I will double check though when we get to the end, just because I'm not going to use it before that. There's no point, but I'd love to just see if it actually does heal the bosses or not. going to be hard to cast, I think, in certain cases, but either way, even periodically, if I can run through it from a second after doing loops, even in Throne Watch Defender, it might be cool. Not sure if it would be useful in any other fight but that, actually. Because that's the one where healing is actually really hard, unfortunately. But again, I can play the fight good. It's just hard to play it good this way and then still use heals that are not instantaneous or like quicker to put the bar back up, because you're usually in a predicament anyways from the way that you have to play this. Whereas normally if you got hit by them, you'd already roll out of range and they just roll catch you, right? So you'd be escaping probably one of them and then just getting nicked by another, rather than getting hit by both or 3 attacks or something. Look, see, they're both moving slightly before they activate by doing that circle. Okay, Dark Quartz on. Yeah, is Chloranthy relevant here? We have pretty low damage, or low we have a low equip load, so stamina shouldn't be terrible. Poison arrows relevant here. I'd rather use them for thronies. Poison throwing knives. Gotta go for it, gotta do it. And then a Bright Bug. Bright Bug only seems relevant in this fight later on, actually. I might save the Bright Bugs for this one overall, actually, just not worry about it. I think I can play it well enough. But again, we can put it on the bar. It's not a big deal. Just gotta manage the items decently. That Homeward Bone I can just keep off because I'm not gonna bone out of the fight anyways. There's no point. And then home is... which one? Oh, it's not going back to home item. That's weird. Oh yeah, now it is. Okay. Why is it doing poison throwing knife? Maybe the controller's being weird. Okay, where is it? Resin. Don't need to use it yet. We can just run in like this, actually. We're good. I think mushrooms on this one could be great too, but again, we'll just we'll double pop gems. No, like that's a kind of weird thing where it's like you'd have to predict you're gonna get hit in the next 3 to 5 seconds to double pop gems, because then they will overlap the actual damage you're gonna get, and the total amount of health healed will actually come back rather than popping one, waiting, popping one, and assuming everything's gonna be fine. You should always assume, I think, accurately there. And then because he has like the running attacks, he's more mobile. It's smart to actually act like that. So we're just baiting attacks first before throwing poison throwing knives, one at a time if it's not a big recovery. That's far enough away to do 2, I think. Single attack. It's got to be 2-hand recovery for 2, but we can be patient here. Yeah, we can just do 1 at a time. Not a big deal. That was a really good prediction. He's already poisoned anyways. Not bad. 1. Do we get a follow-up? Follow-up's going to possibly have a 3rd sometimes. Pivot here. 2-hand, just circle back in for running attack and then just sprint. No big deal. This one we can go back in for too. He's not going to follow up anything with that at all. That's a great one. And it looks sketchy, but it's perfectly fine. He's going to keep doing this? Okay, I'll take it, dude. I'll actually take that. Give me some more of those. No need to try to force other attacks to pop up either. He's going to be well into his health here, so we can chip down that 50% mark on the transition. I could repoison, potentially. Let's try. 1, 2... Repoison could be sick, actually. I'd like that. How many... Is it just 4 of them? Oh, here we go. Okay, 1 more poison in his face to see if it actually activates. It didn't. Oh, nah, yeah, okay, there we go. We got it going. That's good enough. So... And of course, this will probably be the fight where it actually is done really well. Now that I've had some practice on Velstadt. My running attacks are just hoping he doesn't follow up. Though if he does, I think I almost have enough time to escape. It's pretty damn good RNG, though. Yeah, that was a wild fight, dude. Wow, incredible Velstadt. Didn't get the full swap on the armor, but it's fine. Silver Serpent, no chance. Whatever. Got a little bit too much in the inventory now. We gotta get rid of that Archdrake stuff. And I got 8 throwing knives left. That could pair decently with the 20 poison arrows. On Defender and Watcher, I found it hard to throw the throwing knives versus the arrows, but doesn't even matter. Poison on them goes a long way. All right. Bright bugs would probably be smart. I don't know if this is replaced again. I don't know if they get replaced another time at all, if there's only literally just one left now. And if that's the case, we gotta save them for Giant Lord Thronies, and I would prefer to have one on Nashandra, but it's not necessary versus like, oh, I guess technically it's only, is it only Guardian and them? Guardian, Giant, and them now? True, okay. Actually, yeah, no need for one on Guardian. We'll just do the back 3. That works. It's not too bad. Okay. So Rune Fork Road again. And also not getting eaten by the hippo this time too. I'm gonna kill the kobolds by sniping them first. I was chasing them around trying to hit them with the rapier, and then what I did was I pulled his character a little too far forward, the hippo guy. Usually run by him, and then he'd start chasing me, so I'd have a little bit more of an open path. So he kind of blocked it, and then I was like, okay, I still have space. Which I did, but then like somehow that just kind of magnetized me and got me. And the bleed was all we needed to die. I can't confirm that the damage beyond the bleed, if I didn't have it activate, would have killed me or not. I have no idea. But here, let me actually just drop this Archdrake stuff first. Yeah, get rid of those gloves. I don't like them. Just for good measure, I'll just kill the hippo guy too. Why not? Even better. $1,100 souls, but the guy literally ate 50 vigor levels worth of health in one attack. That's just insulting, man. Still have another chance to get some more Scion armor here, too. I think this one actually did drop a piece on the first run, because it was only the first run that I've seen it so far. No chance? Okay. Oh, I guess I'll get Dark Quartz off too. We don't need that anymore. I forgot too, there's actually more poison throwing knives on the ground over here. So I could have wasted all of them earlier, and it'd still be okay. I mean, it's like, it's enough where I might be able to kill Thronies purely off of poison. The problem is if you start to get inaccurate with it, it would have just been better to do straight damage on them. So it's a toss-up of how good you're gonna play. But there's the other 10. Like, you really can't have them strafe them, and if you throw one and then Defender sidesteps, or sorry, Watcher sidesteps, primarily, or backflips, and the backflip has frames where it just goes through her, or goes like over her head or something like that, you don't know what's going to happen when you do it. So you have to kind of almost make sure she's running towards you. And that's dangerous. That's like not really that great of an idea either. Or you have to know that there's a high likelihood she'll backflip and then do it really early before it starts up, and that's also kind of scary, because if she decides not to again, it's probably like medium distance, not far away, right? It's Gets to be too many possibilities of when you'd actually have to initiate it to think of at one time while also doing your next actual major movement or getting like a real punish. And then also you can just fall off the edge. So yeah, we don't want to be even close to the boundary of the arena either. Hippo 1. Pretty good form. I give his dive an 8 out of 10. Depth was kind of lacking, but I mean, like, the power was there. I could see he's been a little bit more conditioned since last season. Hippo number 2. Beautiful. Oh my god, perfect 10. We've never seen it before. It was like he was flying like an angel. How's that even possible for a creature to move like that? You know what? I'm going to say that that's the competition there. Now, I guess we'll just go with the gold pine resin for this part. I'm going to do offhand bow to just get some extra damage while Guardian's on the wall too. Because that just wastes time if we're not getting damage there. Hopefully this isn't cornered with fire. It looks okay. This fight's kind of deceptive. The animation for the fire looks a lot more encompassing of the area, but it's not though. Okay, we're trying to bait out a fire stream from his head, but it's not working. Switch to offhand bow here. See, those shots are actually worth it. They're pretty good damage. Could save a total like minute if you get that a lot. He's just going into regular fire, fireball. Fireball, do regular fire, please, man. Very jumpy. I kind of want to punish that one. It's just not worth it. Doesn't matter. It's not as long, and then see how the fire masks him on the walk up? Not as worth it. It's pretty good, though. See if we get stompies. Maybe stompy? Yes, good stompy. Another stompy? Oh, see, I could have killed him there, but it's okay, though. I missed a little bit. Rapier's a little bit inaccurate in that way. Get one little shot for fun, because why not? Fire again. Or is that wall? Wall shots? No, that's just flying. Okay. Boring flying. 2 shots before the landing. Get in there. Don't do fire. Or stream of fire. This is a potential win here, but again, I'm just going to be patient. Just makes it easier for the landing. I'm lingering a little bit. Yeah, that should be good. Even if it's just a head swipe, boom, done. Full swap. So much easier to do that now. And then, again, just missing Silver Serpent. Don't know why I'm grabbing the Dragon Scale. I just wanted to see what that was, actually. Dude, character's face is so illuminated by the sun you can't even see it. Just looks like 2 pinholes. Alright, so we're getting the armor back on here. Again, it probably would be worth having Silver Serpent instead of Chloranthy and then the Seldora set for all the Shrine just to get a big boost, but it's not going to help survivability too much. It's only just if we want a lot of vitality. I'm going to actually be focusing more on damage now if we don't have any heavy armor pieces. That will be the way to do it. And we're actually light enough with decent resistances that the stamina regen on Watcher and Defender will be easier. By quite a bit, actually. It's like almost like, I want to say like a third faster. It's noticeably quicker. So we're going to grab Feather now. Take this, Aged Feather. Do not resist, the dragon welcomes you. Yeah, but the thing is, the last time I went to the dragon, he was speaking in dubstep, and I honestly can't hear 800 frequency range. It's just, you know, it's ethereal. Dude was literally like just shattering the core of the earth and converging the solar systems with his dragon vocal cords here. This part's a little spooky because usually what I'll do is I'll do the mini jump to quickly skip across the bridge so there's no chance the cutscene gets me. But it's not that close to the wire. Like, I think you can actually have it break and then still run for a little bit. Just, I hate that part so much. I hate that they did that. Like, they could have kept it normal with the camera at least. And then you still have it break regardless, but there's no panic before then. Okay, I have offhand bow, so I'm gonna switch that around again too. We're just gonna go with the magic arrows for these guys. I have a feeling dark might work better on this part, but I didn't have enough to get any from Egdane, and we're behind a little bit on the budget for souls, just slightly than what we could be, so I'm not gonna grab them. But yeah, if these guys drop an armor piece though, let me see if I have a rusted coin. Oh wait. Oh, it's a monastery charm, never mind. Oh, that could be okay for healing just in case, though. You have to kneel down, but it's not bad. But yeah, if they drop an armor piece, that's sick. Look at that, dude. Gauntlets. First try. Amazing. People probably typically want the weapons, to be fair, but I don't care about that on this. Even though that hammer literally looks like a small village on a stick. See, I'm curious if we could swing gauntlets with the rest of this stuff and still be under 30%. Okay, nothing from the final one. What are these looking like? 8.4, 34.3. I think with some levels I could actually pull that off. Lightning defense isn't lacking by so much that it's a crazy big difference. Curse resistance is actually higher by quite a bit. So, I mean, that's better for Nashandra anyways. It looks like it's actually going to be worth it to have them if I can put it on by the time we are leveled. Alright, for this part, let's see what we're going to have as the basic heal here. Let's go with Radiance, no worries. No need to use anything huge. I feel like when I made it here before, I actually didn't have a plus 10 bow on that first attempt, because again, this is the only other attempt that made it here. But yeah, I was hitting like under 100. This wasn't even triple digits. It took forever to kill this guy. Problem is, again, just trying to backpedal from him, you usually want to pre-roll to escape. You can't really run away from him as easily, so I'd shoot him at least a few times in a row. This is just going to be like a single once in a while. Maybe if he like kind of does something weird where he backs up or he turns sideways in the distance, you get more. But we'll have to just be patient on this one. Oh, the headshots are helping a little bit, though. Stone Ring would be clutch here. It's the only thing I think it'd be super useful for, because I don't see myself staggering any actual boss with it. Oh, getting those headshots again. Nice. 156. Beautiful. I I did try to kill him with the rapier on the first attempt, and it was really bad damage compared to the bow. It wasn't much different, just slightly better. Didn't interrupt much of what he was doing at all. And then when he hit me with a combo, I was basically one attack away from being dead, and he just missed me with the jump attack, which would have killed. So I was like, I'm not even gonna play around with the 3-piece on that. That's just it's too spicy. And I mean, it should be. The guy's power stancing 2 great swords, so it's also Dragon Shrine. It's like the end. This is gonna be a trap. I need to go down the stairs. Try to reverse him here too if we need to. He might actually default at a certain point. Let's see, because sometimes he just kind of lingers. Oh, he's going the whole way. Nice. Oh, no. Turn it around. It's like, I'm not familiar with that town. It's like, Mom told me not to go past that last bus stop. See ya. There's some beautiful windows in this building. Have to appreciate. I mean, like, where'd they get the glass from, though? Who's making the glass back now? Their eyeballs would be so protected from the sun. They'd have to at least go and gaze a little bit on the horizon. I think they'd have some fried pupils. They have retinal detachment easily. Maybe that's why they look like very protected by the dragon armor, pretending to be reptiles. Alright, so Feather coming in clutch here. No Homeward Bones needed. Almost the perfect distribution of that. Goodbye, Ancient Dragon. Give me my Misty Ashen Valentine's Day card. Okay. So, Giant Lord, could just go for him. Nothing needed. Let's just go for it right away, and then we'll just consolidate everything to level up for the last battle, or the last arena at least. The run-in on him was sketchy. I actually did get hit. Like, so, the way it works, just to like kind of, I guess, fill anyone in that doesn't know this, if you have Giant Lord do the opening attack with the slam, and you're 5 feet away from it, horizontally, like, it visually misses you by such a distance that it's arguably not hitting you. It still hits you, it doesn't matter. It has such a wide hitbox, so it's really rare to actually just like run and space it. So I think I'm gonna have to actually take the first hit, even if I'm pretty quick. I don't know how you would do it every time without getting just a really far distance roll. Simply the iframes themselves, when you even go through the blade, aren't that accurate, even unless you have a lot of ADP. So SL1, you need to have a pretty spaced out roll a lot of the time too. So I'm trying to figure out exactly if we want a gem popped ahead of time to test that mushroom theory. I think I'm going to use a mushroom before I run in there to see if it actually overlaps a full health bar. Because I didn't test that on something basic before, and I don't want to waste it on one of these guys. Trying to think of what else we can get here. Bow's okay for giants. Oh yeah, let's go with the Drake Keeper Gauntlet. Okay, I guess if we're using embedded though, for his ankles, like, it is heavier anyway, so we're still gonna be. Oh, I don't even meet requirements for that. What the fuck's going on there? 15 strength, but 2-handing I can though, so it's fine. And that's exactly what we want to hit with to connect. Perfect. I trust embedded. I think embedded's fine. Even the regular light attacks are nice. Drake Keeper, and then that's 38.4, so still under 40, not bad. Before we go in, we'll keep Rapier, though. Hello, Halberd Man from beginning. Goodbye, 423 damage later. Sleeping dude, can't hit him, so I'm gonna let him live. He is, he's gotten the luck of the draw with sleeping so low to the ground, my weapon just does not connect, so that's fine. I don't know if he's gonna ambush, though. Oh, another item. Green Blossom. Okay, Green Blossom's actually kind of good for a consumable from that. I didn't know they could drop those. I've not seen one of those in the playthrough. Wonder how good Grand Lance would be on Thronies. Like, I really like that weapon. I think it looks amazing. Lances are just so cool in this game too. And if you could roll, you can cancel the recovery of the charge. So if you hit multiple times with it, you can almost turn it into the speed of something that's way lighter. If you're really, really good. It's not going to work every time, obviously. You're going to miss inputs for it sometimes, but in PvP, they're insane. Especially offhand as well. You can, like, kind of fake out. You can do a lot of predictions with them, get people to actually kind of, like, slip up just by missing on purpose with them. Or conceal the charges. Alright. Chloranthy 1. Let's get in there. And then I'll just switch to embedded when we're ready. Oh, wow. There's a lot of guys taken out at first by that one giant. Let's see if we can just get them to get smacked by the statue immediately, too. They did when I was here before. It was nice. Sometimes they'll just chase you up here, though, too, and that's the worst. One of them can get missed by the statue head on occasion. Both of them being missed is really unlucky. But here it comes. Let's see. Ah, see, one missed. Not the end of the world, but, like, not ideal either. This would be a featherback. I'm just going to re-enter. I want both dead. Not because I couldn't kill the dude, but again, like, it's just harder to maneuver him without rolling around. Like, running through their legs and running around them with the way their weapons are shaped is ridiculous. They basically are swinging buildings around, and also, I think their hits are probably some of the hardest out of anything that exists as a basic enemy. I died to them very easily in randomizers. They also have a really weird moveset too. They hit in front and behind them. So if you run by them, boom, see ya. What exactly is queuing the statue head here? See, that took so much longer. Like, we got one guaranteed down, but the other one's gonna have to get catapulted many times. It's unfortunate, man. We'll feather on that one, too. Just gonna keep feathering until it's actually worth it. Kinda sucks. I mean, I think we could have done this, like, way faster, but whatever. It's also shitty the catapults aren't getting extra damage beforehand, just so it would be more likely to finish off the last one. Because if I call him over here and then I get ready to feather in case he survives, the final catapult might do quite a bit of damage. At least one time, sometimes even twice, in this one spot by the stairs. It's like very, very often that kind of stuff happens. Okay, they're like the middle of the path. This isn't bad. Come on, dude. Just stay there. Just stay there. Oh, the one turn? Yes, there we go. Perfect. Okay, this is good. That was kind of lucky the last one turned. Okay, back to embedded here. Not getting slowed down too much by the barrel. Get the gold pine. We'll do a bright bug as well. I think more for the defense on this one than anything. Queue up a radiant. And then we're getting in there. See if I can space this really well. Oh, I actually did. Sweet, dude. That's so good. Incredible, man. I think that's one of the only times I've seen that. I haven't done that before, actually, with this kind of setup. R2's cooking, 675. What is going on? Oh, that's the in front attack. Actually, I still dodged it. What the hell? Okay. That was lucky. I did not know what I was doing there. We're just guessing at this point. Perfect. Oh, I gotta get the swap here. Oh man, it's so... See, like, this is why Seldora set on ahead of time is way better. If you know you're gonna survive and you won't take more than just maybe like a single slip up here and there. But, again, what other stats are we really trying to get for the end? It's not a huge deal. Okay, so now we can basically PB on this at the very least, but I'm not looking to do that. Just want to win. Just gonna double check. Is there 3 more bright bugs, or do I have the final ones? Yeah. That sucks. I basically, I think I wasted at least, like, minimum 2, but there might have been a whole nother round of them I didn't get early at 6,000. Because I remember buying one of the 6,000s. Can't remember if we went back and did more. This was a while ago. But yeah, there's some wasted, though. Alright. So I'm just going to test Vitality and see. We'll do 16 and see if that's enough to be under 30 with Drake Keeper on the gauntlets. 30.2. Okay, one more. And then I guess the rest's... I think I'll just do the rest Vitality, honestly. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Strength isn't going to do much. Who cares? This one's only a little bit higher of a level than the actual PB, which is funny because I know the other one was on pace to be like probably closer to 140 with all the swaps that I got on it. That's what I was predicting. So we would have had like quite a bit of strength on top of the hard cap, or sorry, the soft cap of Dex. I'd say I think the hard cap's about 50, so about the soft cap of 40. About 20, halfway to the soft cap of strength, and then enough vitality to also have a pretty decent stamina recovery with even heavier pieces, multiple of them. So that would have been crazy, but we'll see how good this is. I haven't figured out if poise affects running away from the tips of their blades out of the corner, you know, without like getting like a really deep hit on them, because I think that if they hit you like halfway through the blade, it will actually just sunlock you. Unless you had like incredible poise, maybe like a stupid amount. I don't know how it actually attributes to boss enemies versus regular players in the arena with weapons at all. It's always just like, I think 74 is a baseline, and then again you basically get a one-hand attack can't interrupt anything unless you have Stone Ring. Whereas their stuff is just all different. So I will figure that out eventually. I know some of you guys definitely know that shit, but it's quite nitty gritty. But again, on this, it actually is relevant because I was running and they were hitting me and nothing was happening. I was able to heal way sooner, which was crazy. Okay, so poison knives, 18, perfect. That's just for the double chug. We're gonna switch regular life gems for mushrooms. So do radiant, mushroom, divine. That right there is already great. Gold pine I'll just do from the inventory if I have to. But I don't think I'm going to hit them with the weapon, actually. With the rapier. Bright bug ahead of time. Because we're not going to use 2 in the fight anyways. And then... poison knives, I'll do a... blossom at the beginning. mean, this is like to the level where like Rapier wouldn't even have to be on the character, to be fair. Like, but I guess again, our equip load's so low. Oh, you know, actually, when they're healing each other, just in case I screw up and they do multiple heals, or when they're healing, that's a good transition there. Okay, I think that's good. And I gotta remember again, if there's ever an opportunity to heal in general that's big, I gotta double pop things so that I can actually take a second hit, and I'll just waste the other heal if I need to, because I have enough of a surplus. Just imagine I have half the amount of heals. That's the only way I think I could really do this well. Just can't get hasty and be like, hey, I'm gonna double heal when it's like not that big of a window, and then the second one gets you hit again. Because that's exactly what I was doing that got me killed before. Is just not knowing when it was a good opportunity for what item and how many to stack. Can't remember if like Divine Blessing, because it is chugged, if like the chug gets cut down on the second one so it's quicker, because the Estus, obviously the second animation's faster. That is super relevant. Alright, Blossom. Or actually, ooh, you know what? Brightbug and Blossom might not stack anyways. Just realized that. 2 body effects. Then we gotta get poisons on deck here. And we're Gucci, let's do it. So 2 poisons and a fade away on Defender, and then we're just gonna keep it tight in the arena here. I was just guessing that she would thrust and it would be okay, but again, to no avail on that one. Double chug on, well, 1 single chug on this, because again, close. Good thing she guarded. Just recover for a little bit. Don't even worry about initial poison. Try to space everything, and then 1 radiant here. Trying to not get knocked off either. Okay. Let's go for some regular shots and just test damage with Brightbug. Oh, it's looking good. Okay. I'm feeling that, honestly. Let's get into a groove and then see if poison is making more sense later. It's really stressful to apply poison on this in this situation. It's making me think a little bit too much. Because we have a decaying timer, so it resets itself if I don't do it quick enough, and then I can't get a guaranteed situation that's the same just because I want to. So it won't even activate even if I put in a lot of work, just because sometimes. And that sucks. Body blocking, oh, setting them up to body block each other is pretty sick, okay. And then just crossover if one's idling, if I need to. Yeah, we'll just do this for a little bit. It's looking okay. Lots of pivots here. Being extra skeptical of Watcher not being in a chase. And then again, just a nice strafe on the thrust there. Get 1 shot here, not bad. Before Defender goes back up. That's a little slow, but whatever. This is still good practice anyways, just for the general flow of the fight, even if I had to do poison or whatever later. But yeah, good warm up. Brightbug though is just so short-lived, man. See, like Defender you can jog, like that's the thing that's amazing. It's so freaking hard with the length of Watcher's weapon to run. It really is. And we're using shortbow too. Oh, that's a projectile coming, okay. She's doing, oh, see, she's still, dude, she still sidestepped that. That's crazy. That's unbelievable, man. Okay. It's gonna go focus mode now. That's okay. Just, again, wall shots suck with Defender also being in the picture there. Just doing a Radiant. Want to preserve those if we can. I like the jump attack. That's good. And then it does get followed up often with the backflip, which is great. Any horizontal swipe seems good. Body block for Defender to get slowed down right there on Watcher. Great. Okay. For anyone that doesn't know, also, he's got an animation where his shield is partially up, but he's not actually blocking fully, so you can still shoot through it. It's pretty rare. It's like the other enemies don't really have that to the same degree, at least from what I know, but looking for that's also relevant too. That's about it. That's the fight. So now we're just gonna again lock in. Ooh, combo's going crazy here. Okay, this is where we gotta be careful. We gotta be very, very careful. Mushroom Munch is not worth it. Divine is worth it. Just gotta make sure we don't get pinched on any angle here. So no panic, no panic. We're good. We're chilling, we're chilling. Super big chillin'. Divine. You have to stop on the spot for Divine. Oh my god. It's a double chug 2 for 1 sip. That's fine though. Pretty fast heal, but that's fucked though compared to what I thought it was going to be. So we're probably not doing that one again in this fight unless I get a really good opportunity. Mushrooms might just be a better call. Radiant right here. Final Radiant. Okay. Get a grip, dude. Get a grip. Seriously. Yeah, this would be absolutely just crazy doing this damage. This I could not imagine, man. Because you can't even punish recoveries of Watcher just because that normally would be possible. Even crossbow punishes wouldn't work. From my knowledge, in some cases. Like, there's SL1 punishes that are easier. Which is just kind of silly. It almost seems better to kill Defender first, to be fair. Then spam Watcher with plus 10 Rapier after. We'll see, though. We'll see whatever's in the lead. Going for just her right now seems hard. But much easier if she's healing. Another projectile. She did a back step, so I could just punish that on the opening here. That came around for a third. That could be bad, too. But that was a good read given the situation. Body blocking. 1, 2, and then it goes for the third, but that's fine because I went back in so I didn't get knocked off the edge. Pretty smart. Backflip, so I mushroom here while moving. Mushroom slow burn, but hey, you know, that's something. He's running, but he's stuck. Nice. Yeah, the startup on just running away is epic on this, man. It truly is. Okay, backflip. Yep, nice. Get the 1 at least. Give myself some room here. Backflip. Get her again as she's running back. Doesn't matter. Still pretty good. It's okay. Pop a mushroom here. Just really easy. Nice and easy, yes. So what I actually did there was kind of cool. There's one problem, though. One problem. Still not out of the woods, man. Definitely not out of the woods on that. Defender 2 hands, decent. Just, let's see how much this mushroom heals me. Yeah, I need to start swivel baiting, where I, like, kind of run on a weird angle that's dangerous normally, and then, like, swivel back to where I was going previously. Like, do some, like, zigzag kind of shit in unconventional ways, because, like, then her attack angle will literally be complementary to where we're heading for the arena. It just seems like pivoting in a semicircle is so dangerous, because she cuts you off. Her weapon's a little bit too big. So I'll start to do that. And it's really when, also, again, she's central. She has center ground in the arena. It's scary. If we have more space behind us, it doesn't matter anyways. She has to approach. Oh, that one, thank God it was one attack on that. That's absolutely frightening too. One mushroom here. Really quick, really quick. Oh, thank God that that went into the ground. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Oh, dude. Really hope mushrooms go over the health bar just in case, but either way. That Divine Blessing was great healing speed, but just so freaky. Like, I don't understand why it was so scary. I'm honestly open to just punishing Watcher for the final, though. Just going Defender. Every time she backflips, we can try it. Better than nothing, man. We just need more scenarios. Very good here. We're getting bad RNG, unfortunately. See, the thing with this also is she's far. Like, if these guys are far away, it doesn't matter, actually. It's not necessarily safe because they're far. I didn't notice that the first time I played this. That was not something I was aware of. I was basing this off of all my other knowledge, and it just doesn't apply the same at all. It's actually very different. There's a lot of assumptions there. So I don't think I would have done too good. Like, I was saying that we almost had it. I don't think I actually would have done too good before. There's definitely some hard barriers there. Okay, we can't pivot there. Nope. Get the sprint going first. Backflip. I'm going to punish the backflip on that. Buff is okay, but this is where big damage comes in. And her moveset's exactly the same, which sucks. It doesn't get easier like Defender. Backflips will punish him. He doesn't have a shield. That's good. Punish him. Nice. 1, 2, punish him. Just goes to her because she blocks. That's fine. Checking for backstep. Yeah, but he's going in, so can't do it. Cut off, swivel. Check backflip. T's too close, not worth it. He's gonna rebuff. Two-hand overhead, that's just near the bad ledge, the bad side of the arena, so swivel. She buffs, go for him, good. Slam, go for him, sweet. Sidestep, bait. 1, 2, hopefully no third. Oh, that's fuck. Okay, that's good. That's good. Mushroom. Run. Ooh, pokey, pokey, pokey. Okay, now just get away. She backstepped. I don't know why she did that. Go. Oh, okay, that was a good shot, but I just didn't have the angle on it, unfortunately. Gotta wipe the hand sweat, man. This is not good. Okay, this is great. Body block double. So we're 100% guaranteed if I get Defender here. There's no way. Like, I'd have to actually be a baby that somehow doesn't accidentally knock the applesauce off the high chair onto the right button. Like, you could still do it that way, even. It's inevitable at that point. Okay, here we go. Backstep again. Oh my god, this is great. Okay, now a little bit better RNG at least. Buffs ran out, a little bit safer. She's close. Oh, here we go. Double attack on him. Yeah, Defender down. Sweet. Okay. Now we just chill. We wait. Get the rapier out. 1, 2. I'm not going to even punish with the bow yet. Wait for her to go over. Come on, go over to him. She's playing hard to get. That's crazy. How dare you? Okay, here we go. Man, that was crazy. Okay, one more. Wait, first of all, Bright Bug early. Nashandra, I'm not going to punish melee-wise. We got magic arrows. Those are good. Perfect. We can poison her, too. I'm not going to, though. It's not worth it. Where are the curse orbs? They're not terrible. Laser, I'm gonna have to do something funny with here. We're gonna have to do something weird. How much can we run? Can run a decent amount. Oh, this is weird though. Okay. Central. The central one's okay. This, yeah, we're gonna have to backpedal a lot. Oh, that's almost curse buildup right there too. It's fine though. Oh, we might want melees. We might want melees, like hardcore, man. Central laser's fine though. I'll Divine Blessing just in case. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We actually do want melees, man. Just not on our end. I didn't think about this one enough to realize that the sweeping laser would be interesting. Okay, good cursor placement, nice. Just don't want her to recast it in a weird place. Sometimes they go through the wall. This is a good spot for her to do that in, actually. Where some of them won't count. It's kind of like actually a toss-up. They might count through the wall, or they'll just disappear. But either way, though, it's just a good spot for her in general. We'll stay over here. It's okay, just watch the actual over ledge. Bait some more regular attacks. Get over here. Curse doesn't matter, again, it's fine. And then we can go left laser. You don't want to be mega cursed, though. So let's get some headway here. Sweeping is going to be just strafe around immediately. Risk curse on that if I need to. Effigy if I need to. I'm going to mushroom ahead of time. Bait. Straight lasers coming. Perfect. Okay, I gotta get effigies on the slot, actually. I should have put those on in between. Just go with it, though. It's fine. Effigy here. Oh, yeah, mushroom actually does go past full health. That's good. Okay. Perfect. Is this recast? Yeah. Oh, that's a good recast. Nice. And then we'll just... I'll get hit by that. That's fine, actually. I don't even care. Re-mushroom if I need to. Sweeping. Not great. That's fine. Oh, health is reducing really fast here. Not sweeping. Get those effigies back out. As we finish this human, baby. Alright. And then right here. Not a fan of the spot. Really not a fan of the spot because the double hit there. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Mushroom's still overhealing though. What do we got? What do we got? Can we get a melee maybe? She's recasting. That's fine. I could Divine Blessing this as well just in case. Let's do it. Double chug. Sweet. Okay. Crazy, man. Just gotta go for it. Melee on my behalf might have actually been smarter, to be fair. If there's ever a future time for all content. Oh my god, dude. There we go. 7 attempts. I don't even know how many hours I spent on this. Far too long. So, that's a completion... No roll, no death, but I also didn't even tap the button outside of any situation at all, so there's no animation of rolling in general for anything, even in safety. Kinda quick, actually. We're gonna let full credits roll so I can show you the illusory ring, so there's verification we actually did it as well. And then, yeah. I could spam roll after that if I wanted to, that'd be kind of funny, but... I don't know, I think I might just leave it. Ugh. And then I'll share all the pain in the intro of the master cut of this. But if you guys are watching this on the second channel, hopefully you enjoyed it. This was way sweatier than DS1 No Roll No Death. I think 3 is easily going to be the hardest, but that is on a planet that I don't exist on, unfortunately. That's still A little bit weird. I don't think I could even consistently do that one. And I have actually gotten to a point where I was saying before, in one of the previous attempt commentaries for this, I got Cinder New Game 7 SL1 no roll to the final hit and died, and that was the closest, and then I was just so frustrated on it, I was like, I'm not even going to try this anymore, because it's on the border of not being fun. And there's not many people on the planet that have even like actually done it anyways, but to even do it, the hours just to get to that point is... It's not very redeeming in terms of how fun the game can be, but it would be really cool in a full run, though, so people doing like a full hit list with that, or deathless, whatever, it's few and far between, probably forever. I'm also really glad we got this run with the fashion that we had. It's pretty sick to have the white hollow mage head. Very classy. Oh man, that last fight was, or second last, actually I guess both of them, they were so bad, dude. That was insane. Probably fucking lost a pound right there, just sweating. So I guess before we close this off, I am going to let the whole credits roll. I'm not going to fast forward this in the edit, so if you want to skip ahead to just see the ring before we close this off, I'll say my my ending statements now. Check out the main channel if you want to see the master cut of this. If you haven't seen any of the other runs on this one, check them out. Let me know what you want to see next, and if there's anything else on DS2 particularly, definitely comment below. If you have any questions, let me know, and yeah, have a great day.